Hello, my lovely students. How are you today? Hope you are having a vibrant and wonderful day. Welcome to my channel, Learn with T. Today we are going to be discussing literary devices. It is a continuation of my last video. We have been discussing A Poison Tree written by William Blake, and we have been observing what type of machinery or literary devices Blake has used in his poem A Poison Tree. Some of the devices we have already discussed in the first part of this series. Today we will be discussing punctuation, allegory and allusion. So what is punctuation in poetry? Punctuation is an object of interpretation in poetry. It is semantic. In poetry, they act as non-verbal tool of poetic expression. In short, we can say that punctuation in poetry is used to show pauses. There are 7 common punctuation forms the poets use usually. Period or full stop, comma, question mark, exclamation point, dash, semicolon and colon. The idea is to use them for different types of breaks. The largest break is a period or full stop. Blake has used punctuation in his poem A Poison Tree. So he has used semicolon over here, then full stop over here. He has also used comma over here and a colon over here, then full stop over here and comma again over here, comma, full stop, colon, full stop, or a full stop is also called period, comma, full stop, comma, semicolon, semicolon and full stop again. So he has made use of punctuation in his poem A Poison Tree. Allegory. It is another literary device which writers use to convey something they cannot say directly. So an allegory is a narrative story that conveys a complex, abstract or a difficult message. An allegory is a story within a story. It has a surface story and another story hidden underneath. A poison tree is generally interpreted as an allegory for the danger of bottling up emotions and how doing so leads to a cycle of negativity and even violence. As if we read the poem, we will observe that speaker in the poem is describing his real agenda towards his enemy. Like over here, he said, I watered it in fear, night and morning with my tears. What he is watering and what he is nourishing over here, he is nourishing the plant of his hate towards his foe or his enemy. He further says, and I sunned it with smiles and with soft, deceitful wiles. Now, he is basically trying to convey that whenever he talks to his enemy, he does not let him know that he is angry at him or he has some hidden agenda towards him. He just smiled at him and he speaks softly with him. So basically he is conveying his true feelings towards his foe or his enemy in this point. And he is not even realizing that by doing so, he is destroying himself in the process as well. He is putting all his energies in planning his vengeance towards his enemy and ignoring all the beauty and all the good he has around him and all the love he has around him. He is ignoring all these things. So this is the allegory. Like he is telling a story over here. He is telling a story of his planning that how he is going to destroy his enemy. But there is a story underneath as well, and that story is of the speaker himself. He is not only just destroying his enemy. He is not just planning to destroy his enemy, but he is also planning to destroy himself in the process. So this is basically allegory, a story within story, a message within a message. I hope that you have understood it. Allusion. It is another literary device which is used by many writers whenever they want to reference to something. Allusion is a reference to a person, event or literary work outside the poem. They are usually implied or indirect. They are brief but purposeful references. The allusion in this poem, the poem A Poison Tree, is the story of Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden and the fall of man in the biblical book of Genesis. The speaker in this poem is preparing an apple bride. When we look at the stanza number 3 over here, and it grew both day and night. What grew both day and night? We have read this stanza number 2 and we have established that he has planted a plant of hate which he has been watering with fears and tears and nourishing it with smiles and wiles. So he has been taking care of that plant, a fruit, and that fruit is an apple bride. So speaker in the poem is preparing an apple bride for his enemy. That apple is basically the reference to the apple in the Eden, which was eaten by Eve and Adam. Saturn, their enemy had plotted his revenge and lured Eve to eat that forbidden fruit, which caused the fall of man. So the speaker is conveying his intentions towards his enemies by referencing to that apple, and he is saying that he also has an apple bride which his enemy is going to eat, and by eating that apple his enemy will be destroyed. I hope that you have understood the concept of allegory, illusion and punctuation and all the other literary devices which we have discussed in another video. The link of that video has been given in the description. If you have any question or any query, you can send me a comment in the comment section. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, do subscribe it and don't forget to hit the bell icon. That is all for now. Bye. Take care.